Greetings, YouTube. Happy Tuesday. Ever since Cavalier crystals came out, I have been asking myself the million-dollar question: will there be a featured Cavalier crystal similar to the featured Grandmaster crystal we have seen for 300 units apiece for 3 to 5 star opportunities at the new champion? And today we have a historic answer, because when you go, assuming you are Cavalier, to the unit store, you will see a $49.99 Wildfire bundle, because it looks like you're going to set your money on Wildfire in order to ignite your passion for 5 chances at a champion that has a 0.1% chance. That's right. You need 1,000 of those on average to pull a 6-star version. I do think that's the right drop rate given what we've seen the featured 5-star champion. To remind you of that, you just need to go to the right bundle and you can see the 5-star is 0.4. Really, some people might argue that they want the 6-star to be 0.01 because of the way it could break the game if you start out with the featured 6-star. But at the same time, 0.10 is essentially the same as 0.1. I am a bit shocked that this crystal, you can see that the 5-star is 0.5 and the 5-star in this one is 0.4. I'm shocked that for the Cavalier difference, there's only a 0.1 difference in the drop rate for the 5-star. I will say this, though. There are a couple of takeaways from this new crystal. One, of course, it's the price point. And I really want to know, community, how do you feel about this $50 price point? It does seem to be pretty predictable, given that $30 was the price point for the featured Grandmaster, and this is now the featured Cavalier crystal, essentially. You get half of 1,000 6-star shards, or a much better way to say that, let me rephrase that. You get 5% of a 6-star hero crystal with this offer, and then the same 30% number of 30% boost. Though I thought, correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube, but I thought that you used to get 30% boost for the $30 bundle, and now what they've done, which is kind of shady, is they've moved the 30%ers over to the left and then downgraded from 30% to 20% for the 3 featured Grandmaster crystals. Really, if they were wanting to be pro player, which they often aren't, they would have kept the 3 champion boost on the right and then made the ones on the left 5 or more greater champion boost. That would have been the way I marketed the deal, but as we know, I do not run Kabam. So, what kind of grade would I give this new crystal? Well, let's just take a couple ganders at the other drop rates, because a 1.6% drop rate for the 6-star instead of a 1%, and a 17.5% chance for a 5-star. That is by far the highest drop rate for a 5-star we have ever seen. That is almost 1 out of 5, or 20%, meaning if you were to purchase this, and I have saved up enough iTunes credit in the last couple weeks because I did not fall for that unit gamble yesterday that many of you went for, and if you did, I hope you got good stuff. I saw a lot of people get nothing but Tier 4 basics and Tier 4 class catalyst fragment crystals, which is a total scam from that crystal. But for those of you that got a bunch of Tier 2 alphas and some Tier 5 basic fragments, kudos to you. But I think the price point is fair. Obviously, the chance of getting the 6-star is almost impossible, but I feel like at least one person is going to get that. So if you're watching this and you somehow pull a 6-star, send me a message so I can show the community what that looks like, ideally in a video. If you can't do a video, do a screenshot. But I do think this kind of thing is another incentive to get people to go for that Cavalier title. And we do have the official in-game message if you are to click on the Get Human Torch in the new bundles. And so, yes, uncollected, and it will say now, all summoners can obtain the new Fuel the Flames bundle, who will only be available to those who have become Cavalier by completing Act 6 Chapter 1. And so, yes, they're trying to get you to push further in the story. That's the whole point, as the message says. So this is further motivation to have access to these bundles. I do love that you have the opportunity to get your hands on the new champion early. This guy has been a bit disappointing. I think he's been really easy to fight, so that's been cool. But I think Human Torch had so much hype. I kind of wish he stayed in his special 3 state permanently. Maybe that's me being too greedy. But at the same time, maybe he's an amazing attacking champion. I don't know. So I am going to go for the left bundle. I will not go for the right bundle. I'm not going to spend another $30 in credit I can save to try to take my Iceman next to rank 5, which is my next rank up goal. Spoiler alert. But I think there's going to be some interesting crystals. I'm super fascinated by whether or not I'm going to pull a 5-star out of the 5 of these, because normally you just pull 3 stars for $30. But with that 17.5% drop rate, the only thing I have to say is a small complaint. I wish 3 stars just weren't in these, right? Like a 45% chance for a 3-star. If you have to up the price, so be it. But I think the minimum for this crystal for everybody who's gotten a Cavalier should be 4 stars, 5 stars, or 6 stars. It can be a 4-star drop rate of, I don't know, 70% if you want. But in general, I just think if you want the game to evolve into 5 stars and especially 6 stars, 3 stars are just a waste of crystals and a waste of units. And there really needs to be, if there has to be a higher price point, so be it. But there really needs to be a floor of a 4-star in this crystal. Just my 2.5 cents on it. So the featured Cavalier crystal is here. Will you go for it? How do you feel about the price point? Comment below and let me know. And as always, record your openings if you get this, because you just never know. And if you do get something amazing and it's not recorded, you'll be kicking yourself for a long time. So good luck winning the Marvel Contest of Champions jackpot slot machine today, YouTube. I'm hoping to gamble a little bit myself.